So we're going to start with Aquarius. Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. Okay, we start with Aquarius. Aquarius. Let's see what we talk about Aquarius. El chisme empieza con Aquarius. Aquarius, it says the Wheel of Fortune. Whenever I see this card, it talks about two things, right? It's like a duality card. It's like, actually, when I see this card, it talks about like when things are going right and when they're going wrong. That's always a big theme in life in general, right? Aquarius is talking about, actually things are going in retrospect. So for a long time, Aquarius, things have been seen to go in for a long time you seem to have been stuck in shadows, but it seems right now that things are going back to normal. So things have been stuck in the shadows for a long time, Aquarius, but it seems that things are now starting to go in the right direction. So things are slowly starting to turn in your favor. Okay, Aquarius. All right, Pisces. Pisces, the devil. Now the devil, a lot of people are like, oh my God, the devil, is this a bad thing? Oh my God, devil. Pisces, you are some emotional ass people, so chill the fuck out, okay? Chill the fuck out. Pisces, first of all, relax, okay? The devil is telling you that, first of all, the devil represents that he was the one that, he was the most beautiful angel, right? And then he fell down. He fell down. Why? Why did he fall down? Can someone answer that for me? Let's see if y'all know. I'm waiting. No? Yes? No? Okay. Well, he fell down and he fell out with God because por envidia. So what am I telling you, Pisces? Be careful with those around you, because there's people around you that are hating on you. Now that's a very general statement, I know, but there's a lot of envy around you, Pisces. Okay. Aries, the Queen of Pentacles, but she's reversed. Now it's talking about, like, it's talking about that maybe you're trying to get things that are out of hand right now. So it's talking about maybe you're trying to climb levels that are not to your, how can I say this in a way that doesn't sound wrong? Maybe there's things that are not meant to be grabbed yet. So maybe you need to exercise patience. It's not saying like, oh, don't. And I'm big on saying, hey, you know, guys, like manifest things, like, you know, always go and try to go above and beyond. But sometimes it's best to exercise patience. And sometimes it's best to exercise self-control. So sometimes it's best to take a step back and analyze the situation before you take a step into something that you might not be ready for. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be moving, it could be anything. Aries. Okay. Taurus, the Magician. The Magician is telling you to get your shit together spiritually. The Magician is saying, for example, get yourself together and make your own magic happen. It's saying, for example, and I'm not just saying like brujeria, and I'm not saying like, oh, you know, life is not all brujeria for me. Let me tell you something. Life, for example, and I'm not just telling you, you guys, like, just because you follow me, brujeria girl, life should all be about brujeria. Brujeria is wonderful, and spiritualism is a beautiful thing. But it's telling you to get your shit together and make your own magic happen. When I say make your own magic happen, it's just don't sit on your couch and wait for things to get to you. Go out there and make your own things happen. Don't wait for things to come to you. Make your own magic happen. Go out there and make possibilities happen. Go out there and look for opportunities. You know, don't wait for the opportunities to come to you. You know, spiritually too. Like, don't wait for those opportunities to come to you. Look within yourself. Speak to your ancestors. That's what Taurus is saying. Gemini, that's for me. The Chariot. Now, the Chariot speaks of also family. It speaks of reunions. It's speaking of making more time for your family. It's speaking of reunions. It's speaking of getting together and taking care of your family. Maybe you've been neglecting your family. Maybe you've been neglecting the most important people around you. So this is for Gemini. Cancer. Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is talking about money. There's money coming your way. And I always tell people, hey, when you see this card, don't forget about Brujeria Girl. So the Ace of Pentacles is saying, hey, you know what? Maybe there's like forgotten money that's been, you know, that you haven't forgotten to collect. Maybe there's a person that's going to call you and say, hey, you know what? I owed you some money. In any case, start to look for money sources that have been, you know, on the outside, maybe that owe you money. Cancer. I hear like people that owe you money. This might be a good time for you to pick up the phone and say, hey, what's up? Like, Cancer, and then Leo. The Two of Swords. The Two of Swords represent many things for Leo. The Two of Swords represents, and in this card, I talk about cutting the ties to people, cutting the ties to people who have harmed you, a lot of toxicity, a lot of people who have nothing but bad intentions for you. It's talking about people who are bringing you tears. Watch out for people who are no good for you. You know, I feel like there's a lot of, like, maybe you're hesitating to let go of people because you're like, oh, well, they're not that bad. Honey, they're bad. Let go. Leo. Okay? Sorry. Virgo. Virgo. This is talking about justice. It's talking about maybe legal matters. Whenever I see this card for Virgo, I hear things like, you know, justice, legal matters, things like, you know, maybe pending legal issues, pending paperwork. I always, whenever I see this card, I'm like, make sure you know what you're signing. Make sure you know that you're not getting into any trouble with the law. Make sure you don't know, you're not driving recklessly. So, Virgo. Libra. The King of Wands reversed. So, when I see this card and it's reversed, I feel like there's like people that are lying to you that are older. And they are lying to you about money issues. So be on the lookout for like older people, maybe in the workforce, or maybe friends that may be older that could be lying to you about some kind of money issue. Libra, oh, and Scorpio. No one cares about Scorpios. I'm just like, that's a joke, you guys. I don't hate Scorpios. Joke. The Two of Pentacles. I feel like there's relationship problems. And when I say relationship problems, it could be not necessarily relationships like, oh my God, I'm in a marriage. Oh my God, like, my boyfriend, because not everybody is married, or and not everybody's in, a romantic partnership. It could be like a relationship, like a friendship, or a relationship like a relationship with a boss, or a relationship with your neighbor. So be careful of the words that you speak during these days, Scorpio. You guys are very moody, Scorpios. Very moody. Very moody, Scorpios. Sagittarius, the King of Swords. Also, Sagittarius, be careful with your words. Also, again, the theme comes up also with older people. Be careful with your elders. Respect your elders. There might be a confrontation with an elder. When I say elder, it could be like someone older than you, like maybe a parent, maybe a neighbor, anybody who's older. Sagittarius. You don't want no confrontations. You don't want no fights. And Capricorn is talking about be careful how you spend your money. It seems like lately you have been a little bit reckless about how you spend your money, and you don't want to end up in debt. Again, that's also very general statements, but don't these are very general statements, but at the same time maybe there are timely statements. So be careful not to end up in debt. Be careful like with any school loans that you might have pending. Be careful with any like loans. Like I hear the word loans, so be careful. Like don't forget that just because we're in a pandemic and they're like, oh yeah, don't pay your bills yet. Oh yeah, don't worry about your rent. Don't forget. Now you still have to pay that shit back. Okay? So that concludes that. I'm gonna save this video. I hope that I can save it, and I'm gonna upload it onto my YouTube. And thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all. And I hope I can save it onto YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Now everybody's gonna leave. They're like, okay, bye. And if I can't save it onto YouTube, then I'm gonna save it here for Instagram. I'll try to do more card pulls as I can. Sometimes it's hard for me because I stay really busy. My YouTube link is on my bio. Check out my new merchandise on BrujerIaGirl.com. I have yerbas for you guys to do your own baños at home. I have new stuff. I'm very blessed for you guys. Thank you for allowing me to come into your lives, and for making time for me every day. The horchata spray is the love spray. It's just I had to rename it because Instagram tried to censor me. So it's the same thing. Okay. Los quiero mucho. Que tengan un muy bonito día. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.